And then, hold on.
There we go. All right, we ready? Hi, everyone. It's on Facebook, right? Oh, nope. Okay, streaming now. Trying to hit all my okays and everything. Hi, everyone. Welcome. For those who don't know me, I'm Carly Kelly. I live in College Station. So if you know anyone around this area, send them to me. I would love to do events with them or invite them to the events that we do. I am so excited for tonight's presentation. As we wrap up the end of the month, what better way than building our belief in the products with hearing from Dr. Mitra Ray. She's a research biochemist. She's brilliant. She knows the research inside and out. She shares this in a way that even I can understand. It's so good that I'm actually sending this to my team, my customers, and prospects. So y'all get ready to listen. You're going to love it. Kathy, you ready?
Thank you, and thank you, Lisa. I wanted to share a bit more about myself for those of you that have never heard me before. I got started in this journey some 30 years ago because when I first learned about Juice Plus, I shared it with my friend Doug Barlow right away. And in short, that one share led me to ultimately build a life with this man, share our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world for 3 decades, and raise a beautiful, healthy family together. And we have had many, many adventures. Dougie B was a character, an adventurer, and a promoter of eating plants. Here he is, excited to have found a patch of wild raspberries on a hike. You'll get a taste of his enthusiasm in this little clip.
Oh, look at this. I get the bear.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Me eat berries.
Jackpot.
He lived a life of adventure till the very end, experiencing his last adventure on Mount Baker. And I know his spirit still speaks to me. And he's saying he wants all of us, excuse me, he wants all of us, wow, to keep taking care of our human bodies to the best of our ability so we can have as many adventures as possible while alive. And I'm here today, thank you so much, and I'm here today, wow, lots of help. And I'm here today because I know he would want you to keep doing something that you love to do. And he wants me to do the same thing. And today that is to share the science of Juice Plus with you, all of you. Okay, thank you for being here. And it's my honor to talk to you about the research behind Juice Plus because it's pretty exciting stuff. So give me some emojis out there if you're excited to learn with me. I want to see that. Can I see some emojis here? Awesome. Great. All right, we got this geeky emoji coming up. I'm going to start by sharing with you that the Juice Plus company has boldly given scientists over $15 million with the challenge to prove that the products don't work. Why do I frame it like that? Because once the scientists receive the grant, the Juice Plus company is no longer involved in what the results will be or what gets published ultimately. Who does that? What supplement company takes that kind of risk? And these scientists use all these critical tools to see if they can prove us wrong. And guess what? Juice Plus works. These are functional plant powders, not just plant powders, functional plant powders. Over 25 years ago, when they first started doing the research studies, I was excited. Other healthcare professionals were excited because there were only a few studies to talk about. But Lisa shared with you, there's like 48 studies now, and it's exciting, but also overwhelming to try to put this all into perspective. So I came up with this timeline as a way to put some of this into perspective for you. Now, I need to first read the disclaimer at the bottom. Juice Plus is not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. Your personal Juice Plus experience may vary. Okay, my objective was not to include all the research because, as you can see, it's a pretty busy timeline already. But I want to take you on a journey of what happens in your body when you start taking Juice Plus. Imagine with me that today is the first day you start to take your Juice Plus capsules. So just humor me for a second. As I look at you guys, close your eyes. Imagine you've just woken up Diana. Imagine, Jim, that you walk into your kitchen and you take 2 fruit capsules, 2 veggie capsules, 2 omega capsules, and 2 berry capsules, okay? And we're gonna see what happens in 2 hours. So we are likely to see a significant rise in an exciting category of nutrients called polyphenols. It's all the buzz for slowing down the aging process and reducing systemic inflammation. It's estimated that there's over 8,000 different polyphenols. We obviously cannot test for all of them. But here's 3 that they tested for that they found in the product, and within a couple of hours of taking the product, you see it in the blood. Now, imagine it's 5 hours later and you still haven't eaten. Guess what we see? We see several other polyphenols show up in the blood, but the interesting thing is they were not in the product. They're made by the bacteria in your gut from existing polyphenols in the product. So you're feeding beneficial bacteria and they turn around and they're feeding you more polyphenol protection. That's just beautiful symbiotic biology in my mind. And now, imagine it's 10 hours later, and you still haven't had any food, and we see even more polyphenols showing up, thanks to your gut bacteria, your microbiome. You gotta get excited about that from both a science perspective, right? And what it means for your health. You see, we live in a very toxic world because you're burning fuel for energy, just like in a car, and those toxins damage our proteins, our DNA, our mitochondria, our cells. It causes inflammation, and it speeds up the aging process. Your brain especially suffers because it loses more fuel because it's the organ that's doing the most amount of work. It needs to detoxify daily. So this study was done in Italy, and it got a bunch of brain researchers in Spain all excited. We're going to talk about that soon, so stay tuned. Now, imagine we continue to look at your blood for the next several weeks. Can you find that little blood? Who's the first to find that little blood emoji and put it in the chat? Find that little blood drop emoji and put it in the chat. Okay, so basically, you're going to see, for example, 528% increase in beta carotene, 80% increase in lycopenes. What are lycopenes? They're the red pigment in tomatoes that keep the tomatoes from sunburn. So when the lycopenes get into your blood, they protect your skin from sunburn. Up to a 40% increase in alpha tocopherol, which is a part of vitamin E. But those aren't the only nutrients that will increase. Now imagine that we have 20 scientific papers from 25 years of research showing the bioavailability of many different nutrients. We know that those who eat the largest variety of plants consistently have better gut microbiome and therefore are much healthier than their counterparts who don't eat a bunch of plants. When I first started taking Juice Plus 30 years ago, no one had heard of the word bioavailability. But this important body of research has awakened the world of science to the word bioavailability. And you can go to juiceplus.com and you can look at all these studies, all these orange listings. They lead you, if you click on them, to the abstract for the study or the full paper. Now, if you're an exercise enthusiast or an athlete, the next timestamp is going to be of interest to you. I had said that burning fuel for energy causes damage. That's called oxidation. When our proteins get oxidized, they become a toxin that your body has to deal with, which slows down the whole recovery process after exercising. So this study was done on athletes, and within 2 weeks, the researchers saw a reduction in those damaging oxidized proteins that normally accumulate after exercise. There's actually way more studies. In fact, you can go to the website, search athletic performance, and you can see all the research, each of them drop down with a link to the study itself. So, because of all this research and how well athletes do with the Juice Plus as their nutritional support program, we've been able to partner over the years with many Olympic teams, and now with the United States Performance Center, which is a state-of-the-art facility for training our top athletes in the nation. I need some emojis of excitement there. Come on, that's pretty great, right? They've recognized who we are. Remember now I talked about oxidation also damages your DNA? Why should you care about DNA damage? Well, you are the sum total of billions of cells that rely on reading your DNA, which is the blueprint for making cells function, making you function as a whole. We want to protect that genetic blueprint from potential threats. What are they? UV light from the sun, free radical damage from burning food for energy, especially junk food. There's radiation exposure, chemical pollutants, and cell replication itself. Here's what we've learned about how Juice Plus can help reduce DNA damage with 3 separate populations. First, in a healthy middle-aged adults, we saw a 7 to 12% reduction in DNA damage over 60 days. Then, in a younger population, there was 44% less damage for 77 days. Finally, amongst an elderly population, there was a 66% less damage over 80 days. And this kind of molecular protection gives us more tangible results down the road as we continue down the timeline. Now imagine it's 8 to 12 weeks later, and we continue to study what is happening, and we find that there's improved gum health, skin health, heart health, and lung health. Do people think about taking supplements to improve their gum health? Put a yes or no in the chat if you take supplements to improve your gum health. Like, that's not a thing, right? But here's how Juice Plus research has evolved. Dentists have been to notice less gum bleeding in patients they put on Juice Plus. You know when you go to the dentist and they ask you if you flossed and you say yes? Then they poke and probe you and you start bleeding and you're totally busted. Well, Juice Plus does help your gum health improve. They know this by measuring the pocket depth and seeing reduced bleeding on probing and plaque accumulation. Some of the researchers commented that besides dental hygiene, they have never seen results like this from a nutritional support protocol. Okay, who is gullible like me to advertising and you spend lots of money on lotions and potions for your skin? Like, as a scientist, I know better. For instance, I know it is very hard to improve something called microcirculation. What is microcirculation? Well, the arteries that are close to the skin are so teeny tiny that only one blood cell can squeeze through at a time. And I have yet to find a cream that will improve that, but Juice Plus will. It increases skin microcirculation by 39% and boosts skin hydration, thickness, and density. That means smaller pore sizes and healthier skin. Who doesn't want that? Now, there are many ways to measure heart health, and Juice Plus has several studies on heart health. Each of these bullets deserves an hour-long discussion, but for the sake of time, I'll read them quickly for now and tell you that there's an exciting conclusion coming. So Juice Plus helps maintain normal levels of homocysteine, which is a biomarker for cardiovascular health. It supports healthy blood flow, which normally goes down after a high saturated fat meal. So if you eat a lot of saturated fat in your diet, your blood flow will go down by 40%, and that reduced blood flow can last 6 hours, but Juice Plus can help with that not happening. It also helps maintain normal, healthy elasticity of the arteries, and that's how it allows you to maintain normal blood flow. Reduces the oxidation of sticky LDL cholesterol and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. Now, this next one is not an endorsement for smoking by any means. However, in a study with 75 smokers, we see that Juice Plus capsules can help support the flow and volume of air entering and exiting the lungs. To me, that means if we can help smokers, then we can help the rest of us too. Moving on to a few months down the road, what do we see? We see better gut health. I'm sure you're hearing a lot about gut health. The composition of your gut microbiome has been shown to influence many, many areas of physical and mental health. We know that being overweight, for example, is due to an imbalance of bacteria in the gut. That's called dysbiosis. Let's look at the effects on Juice Plus on overweight women. And what they find is increased levels of butyrate, which is a small-chain fatty acid that supports digestive health and improves glucose clearance from the blood. Helping people balance their blood sugar is an incredibly important benefit. Juice Plus capsules, along with the complete shake, also impact the gut microbiome positively. How does that play out in real life? Well, you become very regular because your microbiome improves. Some of you have already started the Shred, which is a program I wrote to help use the Juice Plus products to make additional lifestyle changes. And one of the best outcomes of the program is better gut health. Now, remember in the beginning we started and I talked about the polyphenols and the brain researchers in Spain got excited about those findings? Well, I, for one, am paranoid about brain health. So I do everything I can, especially as I get older, to protect my brain. In a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical study conducted on healthy young adults, Juice Plus capsules improve these important cognitive processes, including working memory. That's like your ability to recall stuff in the moment. Selective attention. That's your ability to focus on what you want to focus on instead of like, squirrel, right? Processing speed. That means your ability to think on your feet. And executive function. That means your ability to make a smart move based on what's presented to you in the moment. So the brain also thrives on omega-3. And as well as your heart and the rest of your body. And I'm sure you've read a lot about omegas in your body. And most people resort to fish oil supplementation. That's neither sustainable for the planet, nor is it efficient because fish don't make omegas. They get it from the algae that they eat. The Juice Plus omegas are, in my mind, the very best out there because they provide all the omegas found in plants. It's not just about omega-3. You have omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, and they do so in Mother Nature's natural ratios from the variety of plant sources. And they are bioavailable. We know this because we can measure something called omega-3 index. Omega-3 index measures the amount of EPA and DHA in your red blood cell membranes, and it's a marker for your overall omega-3 status. An optimal range is 8% or higher. In Japan, the omega-3 index is greater than 8%. In the US, it's about 5%. So in Japan, the expected lifespan is around 5 years longer than it is in the United States. So they did an interesting study in Austria with subjects who are already healthy with a baseline omega-3 index of about 8%. I started off this talk by having you pretend to have taken 2 of all the 4 blends, but let's break this down a little bit more. The blue line shows what happens if no Juice Plus was taken. There's no real change, no surprise. The orange bar shows if you just took 2 omega capsules for 16 weeks, there's a nice healthy rise in omega-3 index. That's great. Something very interesting happens when you combine the omega capsules with the fruit, veggie, and berry capsules. Even though there's no real omega fats in the other 3 blends, the synergy of all 4 blends taken together further increases the omega-3 index. The final yellow bar shows what happens if you double your omega dosage, which I definitely recommend for adults. I see omega-3 index going up more than, I want my omega-3 index going up more than to like 14%, because 8% is like normal for a healthy population. I want to be optimally healthy. And when I doubled my dosage, I actually got rid of my reading glasses, and I poke a hole and put it on my skin, which is another tip for taking better care of your skin with real omega-3 fats. So as a mom, I'm also thinking about the next generation. We continue now to see what happens after 6 months of taking Juice Plus. Here we're contrasting the product versus diet instruction alone with normal and overweight boys between the ages of 6 and 10. Juice Plus this is very exciting. Juice Plus was effective in improving insulin resistance and reducing abdominal fat mass in overweight boys. That's pretty exciting stuff for moms. And what about how often we get sick and our kids get sick? They studied 4 at-risk groups. They studied healthcare professionals in direct contact with patients, law students stressed out during finals, an elderly population, and elite forces during hardcore training. What they found is that Juice Plus reduces the severity of upper respiratory challenges, reduces the number of lost work days, increases the number of activity of circulating immune cells. That's a lot. Like, how many of you get sick less often as a result of taking Juice Plus, right? Give me some heart emojis if you get sick less often because you take your Juice Plus. Finally, this is the result that came out in 2019, but the result was so good that we got a little nervous about sharing it with the world. However, it's a public health study, and people need to know the long-term implications of taking Juice Plus as found by scientists who, once again, had the freedom to publish whatever they found. What these scientists did was they did a thorough literature review of 2,378 publications using the search words fruits, vegetables, and concentrates, and found 13 related publications among 7 different products, and one was Juice Plus. These statistical analyses allow historical data to be projected into the future. They can be regarded as theoretical. So the current data is for the United States if everyone 18 years or older took Juice Plus from 2015 to 2025. Here are the theoretical predictions from this public health study. For a generally healthy population, the stats predict 62.4 million coronary events avoided, saving $109 billion in direct costs, so it doesn't even include indirect costs. For people with a history of hypertension, 46.49 million coronary events avoided, saving $137 billion, even more money because hypertension costs money. And those with metabolic syndrome, even then the numbers are impressive. 0.74 million coronary events avoided, $1.32 billion saved. Now, if these are the direct dollars saved at large, consider what this means for our individual pockets. I mean, come on, right? So, for those of you who are Juice Plus partners with us, you can find this document in your Juice Plus hub. For those who are new to this message, I can share with you that Juice Plus has served me and my family through good times and bad for 30 years. So you really have 3 choices. First, you sat and listened so far, but not really interested in making any investments, in which case, we want to thank you for being here. It's really no fun to speak without having an audience, so thanks for being part of the audience today, all right? The second choice is you're ready to get started. And while I'm known for going on and on about the science like I just did, my late husband, Dougie B., is famous for keeping it super simple. He would simply say, what part don't you get, the fruits and vegetables or in a capsule? Maybe you are ready to make this one simple change, or maybe you want to learn more about the Shred 10 program and jumpstart your health this year. In this case, talk to the person who likes you enough to have shared this event with you. And finally, some of you are not only ready to get started eating Juice Plus, you are ready to be part of our mission and partner with us. In that case, you may want to join us for the afternoon session and learn some more about our company, hear from our CEO, and some of our partners who will share some success strategies with you. Whatever you choose, thank the person that shared this event with you, and I encourage you to start the next chapter of your health adventure today. Thank you so much.
That's pretty impressive, y'all. That is huge and just blows my hair back. That's the third time I listened to that presentation. I hear something different every time. And how validating is this to the reason why you said yes? You know, I'm 7 years in. I'm almost to that 10-year mark there. So I'm super excited about that. You know, this is a great tool to validate with our customers, with prospects, with anybody about the reason why, the why behind the why, right? Like this gives us the receipts. I love this presentation because she's able to give it to us in little bite-sized chunks that we can digest easily, and we don't have to regurgitate the research, because there's no way I could even do it as eloquently as she just did. You know, this just summarizes, you know, how functional food can change the physiology of the body when taken consistently over time. It's that compound effect, right? And it's pretty amazing. We got the receipts to back it up, and I couldn't be prouder to be part of this mission. You know, this really kind of drives forward my why and why we inspire healthy living around the world, right? This is our mission, and let's go impact lives, and let's use this as a tool. Let's validate our customers and let them know that what they're doing is powerful in their body. What better gift to give people than the gift of future health, better health, right? Like, I love what we do, y'all, and I hope y'all do too. So thanks for joining us. And Terry, we missed you, and I think we'll call it a night, everybody. Have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you.